speaking of making things happen, and speaking of important people with the Lone Star Conference, we are joined by the commissioner of the Lone Star Conference. It's Jay Poerner. Mr. Poerner, it's good to see you.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. I was, Erin went way over on her time,
God,
as you
didn't
know.
Oh,
And it was unbelievable, and she just kept going and going. I thought, well, the good news is I'm last on this interview, and you guys will cut me, right? You got to cut one out. You're going to cut the commissioner,
But
right?
you can.
No such luck.
No,
such
in
luck.
fact.
No, and I'm joking about Erin, by the way. She did an awesome job.
Oh, I'm not. I'm not joking about it.
we're not afraid to say
No,
that.
it's fine. We're not afraid to say it. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about this new look conference. Commerce out off the Division I level 2 years ago, 2 years after Tarleton goes. So for you, in the conference office, what has the last year been like for you guys with so many changes?
Well, chaos, the last 2 years just because of COVID. If nothing else, just throw out everything. And we had COVID years, right? And that for everybody in our business and in any business, it was crazy. So you have that, and then you have the last year has just been a lot of uncertainty at the NCAA level. You had the NIL stuff basically come to fruition in July, and that whole uncertainty and everybody trying to deal with that. Then the NCAA was going through this whole Constitution Committee and all these changes, which were mostly Division I level, but affected us at Division II. And then in the middle of that, we have an institution leave, the second one in 3 years. A long time institution, a football playing institution. And so we're constantly just dealing nonstop. And membership is a hard thing to deal with. But to our credit, we have built our league up, 17 really strong full-time members, very diverse institutions. Our geography, we cover basically our whole South Central region here. We've consider ourselves pretty nimble, and we are always trying to identify solutions, and we needed to find a solution for football, and we had these great relationships with these institutions that we've been playing non-conference games with, and found a quick solution to be able to add them, get to 10 schools, gives our team a really nice 9-game schedule, which, as you know, in Division II we can only play 11, so being able to play 10 teams, being able to play 9 games is a great number for our schools, and ultimately it puts them in the best position to succeed and make the NCAA playoffs, which is ultimately what all of our schools want to do. So, long-winded answer. I'm sorry.
No. That's exactly what I want to hear. And there may be people who look at fans of the conference who look at the transition in the past 3 years, right? Tarleton leaving, A&M Commerce leaving, bringing in these teams from the GNAC. What do you say to fans who may be worried about the long-term stability of the conference? What do you say to them?
Well, I'd say we've done a lot to solve that by, like I said earlier, 17 full-time institutions were spread, all the major markets in Texas essentially. Public, private, you name it, we run the gamut. Tremendous success. I spoke a little bit about it earlier from a national and regional level. So I think we're doing a ton of things right, and where we can always improve, and you guys know this better than anybody, is where we're at. Football is very important to this region. Division II is very community-based. Community engagement is a big term in Division II. So we're always trying to do things there, and then our communities, footballs is very important in the fall, as you know. So anything we can do to grow our membership from a football perspective, we're always looking at options to do that, and so we will continue to do that. And like I said, I think we're lucrative, we're nimble, we bring a lot to the table, and I think we'll find some people that want to join in and be part of our tradition and our success. But we'll never stop looking, because it's just important. We can never let our guard down, and as you know, realignment never stops, apparently.
No.
Yeah, no.
It just never stops, right? It's
waterfall.
Chaos right now at Division I level, and it'll trickle down.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so we always have to be aware. And like I said, nimble is probably the word I try to use a lot, because you just constantly have to be aware. Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of geography, the alliance with the Great Northwest Athletic Conference may seem a little strange to some people. Why was it the right move for the Lone Star Conference?
Yeah, I think the good news is we had already been working with those schools on non-conference games. Are really hard to find in Division II. A lot of conferences are closed schedules. Basically, they only play conference games and they don't play non-conference, and so they're hard to find and they're expensive. So, what we were able to do with this is not that it's not hard to get out there, but we basically found a partner that was collaborative and wanted to work with us. And Division II, they're within our same region. There's a lot of value to it for our schools in regards to playing those games and winning those games, put you in a better position to make the NCAA playoffs. And again, like I said earlier, that's ultimately what our goal of our schools are. We're all competing for championships at the regional and the national level. At our league, we consider ourselves one of the premier Division II leagues in the country, and that's ultimately our goal. We want to have tremendous competitive success at the regional and national level. And so I think ultimately that's what this allows us to do. If whatever institutions, and hopefully 2 or 3, do really well in this schedule at the end of the year, they're going to be in the mix to make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You're entering your 8th year as the LSC commissioner. What do you know now about the big chair that maybe you didn't know 8 years ago?
Oh, goodness. That's a great question. You know, I've enjoyed it. It's been ever changing. As you know, like when I started, I think we had 11 schools, and then we were down to 9, and then we were up to 19 at one point, and now we're at 17. So that part is I would say it's fun in some ways, but it's, you know, sometimes you just want to take a deep breath, and there's really never an opportunity to do that in our business anymore. But yeah, no, it's just been a growing experience. But what I'm really fortunate with, and you guys can appreciate this because you're out and about, and you know, the football community, the college sports community, our Division II is real close knit. It's amazing people. So I get to work with some great administrators, coaches. You met a bunch of them here today, presidents of institutions that really care about sports and athletics and really understand the value it brings to their schools and their communities. And so it makes my job pretty easy in a lot of ways. So I really enjoy that part of it.
And a quick follow-up to that, looking back, did you ever think you were going to have a team from Canada entering the Lone Star Conference?
No, I didn't. I'll just leave it at that. No, I didn't.
I like that.
What a great school. I mean, what an
awesome.
interesting story, and they've done. They're doing all the right things and put a lot of money into facilities, and you got to meet their coach and student athletes. Great. They're excited about the opportunity. We're excited to be with them and provide them this opportunity as well.
Well, and we talked to a lot of kids today that say, some of them said they'd never been out of the country before. So it's a great opportunity for them to explore more of, you know, what's out there, you know. But
we talk about that a lot. Like, you know, a lot of our student athletes don't necessarily really leave Texas.
Right.
You know, and so opportunity not just to go to Oklahoma or New Mexico or Arkansas now, but to actually go up to the Pacific Northwest might be once in a lifetime. So it's pretty cool.
Right. And what has you most excited probably for this next coming season?
Well, I'm actually, what's most exciting would be just to have a normal year. Like I said, the last 2 years have been COVID related. The first year was awful, and then last year we kind of got hit mid-year with another round of COVID. And so if we could just go through and like have a normal year, you know, deep breaths, have fun, just get back to normal problems, that would be great. So that's what I'm most looking forward to.
Okay.
Normalcy.
And finally, as everybody knows, you were a 2-time all-WAC pick at SMU basketball. Back in the day. You didn't know this?
I didn't know that.
No, you're sitting next to a legit athlete.
That's awesome.
I'm just, you know, you graduated. When you graduated, you were the 9th leading scorer in SMU history. Yeah, you didn't know this?
No.
Oh yeah, no, this guy's
this
baller.
is really cool.
I just want to know if you could still go. Like if you go, like we go to a pickup, we go to Lifetime Fitness or something like that. Are you just crossing fools up and taking it to the rack? And
I would love to say yes, but I'm washed up, man. I really am. I'm washed up. I am. The back's gone. You know, all those years of wear and tear. Like it would be ugly if I went out there. I like to think I can, but I'm just being honest with you.
I mean,
I still love it. I miss it. I miss the competition, man. Okay. I would love nothing more than to go to Lifetime and just play for 3 hours, pick up ball, but I couldn't move the next day.
It's a young man's game.
It is.
It is a young man's game.
It is.
That's right.
No doubt. For you, guys like you.
Young guys like this one.
Jay Poerner, the commissioner of the Lone Star Conference. Mr. Poerner, we certainly appreciate your time. Thanks for having us and letting us crash your party.
I can't say enough about. We're really appreciative of you guys being here. It adds a lot to our event, but it's just the work you guys do, which is amazing, and you've got some great group here. Wow. We're really thankful for you guys to be here. And really, thanks, man. I can't say enough.
Well, we appreciate you having us. Thanks. Appreciate you, Jay.
Good to see you.
Very nice to meet you.
Yeah.